Hey everybody, I think I'm live. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage in southern Vermont. I have returned home. Some of you don't know yet, but here I am. Thank God I'm healthy. I think this is day number seven of my quarantine. So, Aries, let's talk. I'm so eager. There's so much inside of me that wants to come out. So there's something that I would like to start off with as a reminder, as a platform. My guides are saying as a platform, because we're going to start going really deep now. So I just want to read you something about the cardinal. We're talking about cardinal signs. I decided I'm going to do all the cardinal signs first. Okay. So let me just read you this little piece about Aries, things you all know, but it's time for a reminder because if you're here with me for this journey, my guides are saying we're going deep, we're going in. It's the time. Okay, my guides are saying it's the time of the planet. It's the time that we have the upside, if you will, of this crisis that we're in is that we are standing still. We are at home. We have time. So let's take advantage of it and, do the positive side of what's happening in terms of our spiritual development and the things that we can really achieve now. Very important. So Aries, let's talk about you. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I'm an Aries rising. So Aries belongs to the element of fire. Very passionate. If you mix Aries with a little bit of freedom, which to me means oxygen, they just go straight for it. They don't hesitate. So Aries begins on the first day of spring when all of nature is waking up. And that's what we are meant to do in these moments, is to wake up into the deepest part of our nature. So in this time when life begins to blossom, there is a sign of the beginning of one circle, the first sign of the zodiac, a new beginning. And okay, my guides are talking to me about Molly McCord. Those of you who are friends of the channel know I just resonate so deeply, and I'm so grateful, Molly. Shout out to Molly for her work. Please follow her. Please subscribe to her channel as well as this one, in order to take this journey that you're meant to go on. We're here in this crisis. We were, depending on what you believe, we volunteered to come here to experience this. So here we are. So Aries is a leader in every sense of the world. Oh, that wasn't nice. I like that. Okay, they're taking over my tongue today. So yes, in every sense of this world, this time, this moment that we're in. So Aries leads the way from the 0 point, very bravely, with a masculine, forceful energy that clears the way in front of it, whether you're a man or a woman or, okay, my guides just said mixed gender. You know what I'm talking about. We're all having this discussion about gender assignment and gender identity, etc. So it doesn't matter. That stuff, my guides are saying, you can push that to the side. Think about your energy. Are you inclined toward the masculine or are you inclined toward the feminine? And understand yourself in part in that way. Very important. So Aries relies on the infinite energy that they carry. And when they get to a wall or an obstacle, they will push up against it until they break it. Or they will devise a way around it. And if that obstacle is not something that can yield or find a way to go around or under or over, that's certainly what I do, then I just cut that off. And I keep going. I don't stop. I just say, well, okay, that doesn't work for me, so I'm going to stop putting my energy there, and I go forward. So Aries will make numerous attempts to find a way forward. So that's what we're doing. Okay, that's enough of that little diatribe, my guides are calling it. I want to jump into the cards, and my guides asked me to show you this as a starting point. A couple weeks back, I don't know, I've been in such a swirl of my own Aries energy. A reading came out about COVID-19, about what's going on. Look at that. So there we are. So when we're talking about obstacles, we do have one, don't we? We're all in this bubble together. And I love that this card came up because it talks about, in some way, it's, okay, my guides are saying it's a silent identifier of what's actually happening now in these days. The trees are the lungs of the world, and we are encapsulated. I love this. And you see the ravens flying, the crows flying. So the roots are not affected. It's what's happening in this middle world, in this place where we are, that we need to attend to. So Aries, I'm going to just use that as, my guides are calling it a marker. Isn't that interesting? So let's take a jump in. I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards, and we're going to take a look at the energy. Okay, so my guides are talking about in preparation. So there is something that's happening. I haven't had the time, and since I've been home, I haven't had the energy to get into it. But there is a group meditation going on. Anybody who's interested, we would love to have you. The instructions for that are below this video. Before I forget, the other thing, in case you don't know, I dropped the price on a basic reading to $25 because I know everybody's out of work, and I know that people are losing loved ones. My guides are saying in the background, and maybe you're losing your mind. So here comes the card. Wow. There's actually two of them. Whew. Aries, you see the fire? See the beautiful indication of fire energy in this card? So understand yourself, and it's true for all of us, each in our own set point. It's why my guides have been talking about the signs and your movement and your soul contract, all those things. This is why. Because here we are, and now we have a moment to stand still in the power of all this fire energy. Look at that. Look. Do you see the wings? It's a very shamanistic time. So we see the planet there and indications of fire energy. So in this time, understand that you are meant to be the earth keeper in all the ways that has meaning for you, my guides are saying. So, it's self-explanatory in a way, but look what's with it. Look. Whew, more indications of wings and fire energy, in a sense, an offering being made, the things we have to give up, the things we have to let go of in order to bring our destiny forward. And it's also about the things that we have to offer. So the sacrifice, self-explanatory again, but what is it that you have to give into the collective in order to be an earth keeper in these times? That's deep. That's why my guides wanted me, I think, to start with this. Okay? Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. So let's grab something from, I want to do something from the Journey of Love, because this is a love journey. It's something that I think most of us, those of us who can supersede the fear, a lot of fear out there. I certainly have been through my fear moment, mostly when I was driving across the country. So we have to contend with that. It's an opportunity to get beyond it or to just embrace it. The best way to go to deal with fear is to go straight in to the center of it. And maybe that's easy for me to say because I'm an Aries rising, but that's my methodology. Okay, here's the card. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah. Another feather. Okay, so this is about being soft and falling lightly through the atmosphere into the place where you're meant to be. And exactly what I was just saying, don't resist it. Just allow it, okay? Let your fear be like a feather, drifting on, drifting away, so that's not something that's burdening you, because you have a job to do, Aries. And, in a certain way, I don't feel that I need to talk to Aries this much about fear, but it's what's coming up. So I think it's just a gentle, loving reminder to be in your power, be in your burning power, be in your infinite energy, and understand that things will settle down as they're meant to be, right down here into this place that we're standing, which is the earth. Okay? All right, my guides are talking about please get animal medicine card, so I'm going to do that. Spirit, can you give us some messages for Aries from the natural world, from the animal kingdom for April 2020. What is the message going to help Aries understand themselves, their energy? What is it they are meant to be doing? Hang on. They're telling me to shuffle a little bit. Okay, let's see. Ooh, and there it is. Wow. Okay, this is going to freak you out. You ready? Look at that. I'm holding it upside down. I'm sorry. Look. This is about having night vision and sonar and all those kinds of things. The way in which the bat life cycle is. Hang on, there's a message coming through. They're talking about, it's interesting, they're talking about cleansing, the cleansing cycle, and the way the shamanic energy moves. All right, so they're talking all that opening stuff about Aries. What's coming through about this is, in these times, Aries, you do have the ability to use, hang on, I'm getting it, to use your sonar, okay? Aries people, many of them are extremely psychic, and they have the ability to use their energy and radiate it out literally. So we're talking about the energy of the sun. We're talking about the energy of things like uranium that has the ability to just radiate. That's why you're showing up this way, okay? So you can use this beautiful energy, all of these indications, to bring yourself into this place where you're very deeply into your identity, to experience it first for yourself, and then in order to do the work that's meant to be done for the collective in these times. Because I'm assuming most of you know we're in a period where a great shift and change is coming, not just because of COVID-19. COVID-19 is, in its own bizarre way, it's an assistant to what is meant to be happening. So several months ago, I think it was like right on the cusp of January, February, I can't exactly remember, I had a dream vision about a virus. And I had, the message that I got is there was a download that was going on. So I think that it was a precursor to something that was already happening, that we weren't paying attention yet to this thing that was happening. We knew about it, we heard about it, but nobody was paying attention, including, sadly, our government, who should have been, right? But it should have been all of us, too. It's easy to blame and shame. What did we do with this information? We just kind of sat on it. So there's no more time for that. And, you know, the other thing about bat is they live a nocturnal existence, and they come out at night, and they sleep during the day. So it's a reminder to be in both your shadow side and the radiant light that you carry within you. All right. So let's take a look. Let's get the regular deck out and see what your journey is going to be this month. All right, Spirit, can you give us some information for Aries? What is it that Aries needs to know about their travel? My guides are talking a lot about your soul contract and being more consciously in alignment with what your soul contract is. So you'll know if you look at your sun sign, your rising sign, you know, look at your chart. What do those things indicate about you? What does it indicate about the soul contract that you have? So as my guides always say, okay, they want this one. You are your purpose. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, 4 of Wands, gang. Do you see that? See the battle that's going on in this place? Okay, they want me to do this. Hang on a second. Can you see that? Yeah. Those are the things they're talking about. And Aries, this is the situation, okay? This card, the first card that comes out, is always the theme of my reading. So there we are. Sitting in this place, you know, in the springtime, it's just starting to get green here in Vermont. So here we are sitting in this place, flowers in her hair, dressed in our passion. See that? More indication of fire energy. And there you are, Aries, with your energy. Again, the light and the dark symbolized here. Your vessel is full. You've got the blue shoes of transformation. You're dressed in your passion, flowers in your hair. That's Aries, definitely. In the light of this reading, my guides are saying. And you have what you need inside of you. Your vessel's full. So it is time to go deep inside and to really ponder, what is your purpose? Everybody who comes to my channel wants to know, what is my purpose? And my guides always tell them, you're the only purpose that you really have. So while you ponder this battle that we're in, and the way you might be fighting with yourself, the light and the dark, the fears and the courage, all the things that make up your life in this moment, know that your vessel is full. You are standing in the tent of supreme love, okay? 4 of Wands, that is about coming together. And in this time, in the light of this deck, the mythology that's behind this deck, it is a time to really sit in meditation and have a lot of judgment, a lot of analysis about yourself, your skill set, what's happening in the world. What is this fight that's going on? Okay, my guides just said the fight for domination. Things like that. That's what we're meant to overcome so that we can be in a place of happiness, bonding, coming together as a community, coming into the tent, right? The sacred tent, all those kinds of things. So, okay, they want this one. Yeah. Ooh, they're not messing around. Look at that. Okay, Aries, that's you. So you see the combat, you see what's happening? You're pondering, right? And then comes your energy. And it's very interesting because this card represents your energy under the theme of the reading, which is this, all right, if you're new. So that's the goddess of sovereignty. It's interesting, isn't it? The way they reflect each other. So, and the fact that Bat is here and the Earth Keeper and the sacrifice, all those things, the light and the dark. So I think for many Aries people, you are having this experience. And a lot of Aries folks know they don't mess around. You don't, I'm trying to figure out the gentlest way to you don't mess with an Aries, right? Everybody knows. You don't, because they're not going to put up with it. And they're going to say bluntly whatever they think, whatever they feel, and they're going to give forward the truth. So the goddess of sovereignty sits here in disguise. And it must be Aries that some part of you, for many people, many Aries folks, are somewhat in disguise. Okay, they always talk about Shrek. So, like in Shrek, you know how the princess portrayed herself as an ogre, and in fact, that's not what she really was. Really, and it was sort of the Cinderella story turned backwards. So this is about someone who's in disguise. All their warts out front. Okay. My guides are talking about Baba Yaga. So if you don't know about Baba Yaga, Y-A-G-A, go look that up after the reading, okay? So basically what this woman is doing is she's holding the love energy, the life force energy, and she sits there and she looks at the person who's in front of her, and she really is looking right through them to find out if they have what is necessary, which means a reciprocation of love energy while they ask for the energy that she possesses. That's what basically the story is about. So there's a fairy tale, I won't go into it, but you see how she's supposed to be a hag and covered with warts or whatever. I always find her particularly beautiful. She's very clear. She just sits in her place and she's looking outward. So Aries, I think you're in preparation. That's what the story is about. Who's going to be inheriting the throne, the backstory, right? And so as the feminine energy carrier, looking at a male suitor, she just sits there. And she waits for those people who approach her. Okay, my guides want this one. to show themselves to be worthy of her attention, her love, her energy. That's what the water symbolizes. So it's very fascinating that that is what's coming through in terms of your position. My guys are talking about your position as the earth keeper here in this time when things are just falling, right? Pluto's here to be the great destructor in the sign of Capricorn. If you haven't seen Capricorn, go look just because, right? And things are crumbling. And as they crumble, they're falling. And it's all going to settle out at some point. So you in this month, this is going to be a month when we're going to see a lot of, whatever number of deaths are going to come forward because of the spike that happened in the last couple of weeks in active known cases, people hospitalized. That's going to happen. That's going to be part of the fallout, the falling. And more of our protections are going to fall away because we're going to respond, most of us, from the heart chakra. That's what's meant to be happening. And we're going to go deeper and deeper inward. So while we're doing that, very interesting. This came up for Capricorn too. There you go. King of Wands. Power, passion, the ability, exactly all the things. That's why my guys wanted me to read that thing. All right. So he's given up his throne. His battles are done. He's done with what caused him to rise to his power. And now he knows that he's at a new set point. And he puts his apron on, goes into his little workshop, and he's literally making the shoes. See the blue shoes? He's making the shoes for the next part of his journey. So this is the first card on the human walk. What is happening? My guides are talking about what is happening inside your humanity, because your spirit begins to rise. It's really interesting. And it's rising in a certain way with its own sonar, and it has to rise through the dark. It has to find its way through the dark. So the fact that you're making shoes and you're at the top of your power is a very good omen, my guides are saying. So one other thing they want me to say to you, most of you who've been here, you know the story of these cards now. So his shield is on the wall. He's not getting into any battles per se. He's done with that part of his life, and he's going deeper. So here's the next card. Fascinating. Look. Queen of Knowledge. Queen of Pentacles. And she sits on the table together with the king like this. Do you see how she's looking directly at him? The Queen of Knowledge, Queen of Pentacles, also a very earthly, earthbound, earth energy. So we're talking about your energy here on the earth. She is the sacred grandmother of all beings. And what she does is she sits suspended in the universe, and she is, oops, wrong one. She is weaving. I know that looks like a harp, but it's not what she's doing. She's weaving the strings of destiny for her sacred lineage. And she's looking right into what the King of Skill, King of Wands, is doing. So Aries, there's a message here for you, I think, from the stars. My guides are saying from the stars. About the way you're meant to go forward and what it is that your energy is being utilized for. Okay, my guides are talking about the desire that is present with your energy. From an internal perspective, but also, hang on. They're talking about the internal perspective and the way it is meant to come out into the current moment. All right. So Spirit, please give us some more information just about the human experience this month for beautiful Aries cardinal sign as spring comes on. What is it that Aries in their human days? Here we go. This has been up to the top twice. Aries, look. Okay. So you're in your power. You're in your element. King of Battle. So we have two kings on the table. I want to show this to you if I am able. It's very significant. the way these are here together. Do you see how King of Wands is making a journey? Queen of Pentacles, the sacred grandmother, is weaving together his destiny because he knows where he's going and she is there to assist him. Can you guys see this? I hope so. All right. Then on the end of the row, we have the King of Battle. My guides are saying it's perfectly staged. So the fact that we have two kings, very significant, and a queen, all in the human realm, a very intense amount of energy. The King of Battle, my guides are saying, just like I said, they're saying, talking to me, just like you said. All right, so King of Battle, and today's full moon. By the way, okay, I think, yeah, Tuesday. So there's the King of Battle, Aries. There's you with your sacred self, the thing that's been coming through since the reading started. Something has been severed. The king lost his hand in a battle, and he had to go through the mystical realm, face the darkness, face the shadow and the light, be in battle in this way with love energy, right? The sacred tent. They keep talking to me about the sacred tent. In order to get his hand back, he had to go through a death and rebirth process under the light of the moon, the full moon. So it's interesting that it's coming out this way. So Aries, you are in a place where it's true for all of us. But my guides want to talk to you about your particular energy set point. You are in the process of going through a mystical healing this month. It is available to you if you choose to take it up. That's why the meditation, okay, they're calling it society. The links are below. If you haven't started, please join us. We need you. Okay? Please join us. Every day, there's an exercise. I've made it as easy as possible in order to attune the chakras and attune your energy and rise into the place where you are able to connect to the tapestry. And we're going to be then doing some things as a whole group as the months proceed. And it's one of the reasons I think that I was sent back to Moonrise Cottage, because I wasn't able to focus properly. My guides are saying because of the place I was and what I was doing. It was fabulous, but it was time for me to come home for safety and all kinds of other reasons. So there we are. We're about to regain something in a very mystical way. I like it. It's very, my guides are saying, it's very perfection. I don't know why they're so smart and yet they don't quite speak English. It's always fun to me. All right, Spirit, look. Ooh, Aries, Aries, Aries. There's the bridge energy, okay? So you're queued up for this great battle. And this is the bridge card that connects what's happening on the human realm, the energy pathway, if you will, that'll take you into your particular soul journey as it is reflected in your human walk. This is about a young man who had to go into battle by himself. See all the red energy? My guides know what they're doing when they pick these cards, and they toss them out of the deck for me. So again, indications of fire energy. No weapons, no shoes, no boots, no armor. Open, open, okay? Open. Do you see how open he is? It's very interesting. So he had to go and do battle with the beast. And it's very interesting because in the last couple of days, that's what people have started calling COVID-19. It's the beast doing battle with the beast. You see the wild boar? Okay, my guides are saying this is a precursor, although it's technically not. It's a precursor to the card that indicates the Hanged Man in this deck. It's about initiation. So there's something along that order, they're saying, that's going on. He, of course, finished his task. He did prevail over this beast, and it caused him to actually become part of the sacred lineage of kings. So I'm not going to get into the story because I've been yakking a long time. So that's the energy that you're going to use. There is going to be a battle. Some of you are going to get the virus. Some of you are going to lose, ooh, a loved one. Did you see that? It just flew right off the deck. We're all going to have our, whatever the battle might be for us. Okay, hang on. Oh boy. Let's see what that was. Let's start with this. Look. Because this is the first card on the line of, what's the soul contract? In this moment, what are these days meant to be achieving? What are you meant to be experiencing on a soul level? And I love it. Do you see that? So that's Four of Wands. That's typically known to be about the marriage card, things like that. But in these moments, it's about society. Very clearly about the battle. Okay? We're seeing all these indications of how to interact, how to find your own pathway, how to come through the battle, regain something of yourself. Do battle with the beast. Because on a soul level, what we're experiencing, okay, my guides just said what we're enjoying. What we're experiencing is the soul level desire to come together. Yeah. Ooh, heart chakra's activating. I can feel the energy coming through. So look how beautiful. The courtship of skill. Do you see that's the combat of skill? Okay. Wands, all about love and passion in all the ways that we experience it. So this card, traditional deck, is about waiting. You're prepared. You're standing on the shore looking over the port and you're watching your vessel come in. And where we started was with this man who's making the shoes. You see the ocean in the background? There's a deep message here, gang. So my guides are saying, please decode the message for yourself and the deeper meanings of these things as they join each other. My guides are saying, when the cards come out, he knows. My guides are saying, this is the person standing out at the harbor. He's got the shoes that he's making because he knows he's going on a journey. And sure enough, on a soul journey, there he is. It's astounding to me. And it has to do with all relations. My guides are saying all relations, all human relations. And there's the sun, the essence of the Aries energy. Lion-hearted love. We don't know where we're going, but we know that our soul intention is to bond very deeply with each other in this moment. Okay? So, what my guides are talking about is take this message as widely as possible, understand the deep inferences in the cards as they come out. So when we're talking about courtship of skill, we're talking about passion. We're talking about love. We're talking about the desire to take a journey inside yourself, male and female, all of you together. We can't see what's in the cups. We know there's something that's going to be revealed, but it's the moment, in a sense, it's the moment to take the journey. Okay? This is just a phenomenal reading. And while you are taking the journey, remember, this is your energy. This is your energy signature for the month. Okay? Look deeply, inward and outward, and let yourself take the time to see what is in front of you. And my guides just said, look into the mirror. So this might be you looking into yourself very deeply. What do I do with love energy? How do I try to get that into my life? What do I have to offer in return to the cosmos, to the planet? Astounding. So, all right, here's what's going on with the shuffle. Let me just turn it around so you can see it. Okay, this is the next card on the soul level. My guide said, don't worry about that one. It's not that. Okay, so look, we're coming into a new foundation of knowledge. So this is Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. It's about working with the universe, working with those that can help us very deeply, requesting assistance. So we're meant to be standing in this moment here upon the earth, you see? We're here, but we're also out in the universe on a soul level. We're standing together with the ancient ones. My guys just said, those that are pulling the actual strings, right? The things that are really making the world turn and destiny come forward. It's a fertile moment because we see the sacred feminine there, face forward, looking out. And you know what? Look. Ooh, it's giving me a chill. Check it out. Check out the sacred feminine in your reading, Aries. Okay, I always forget to say this, but I will take a picture after the reading and post it on the community tab so you can see the whole spread. This is very intense. This is a very intense reading. It's truly beautiful. So we have the male and the female very active inside of you. It's quite interesting this month, and reflected here in the reading, the way the energy moves. The sacred masculine and the sacred feminine doing exactly what they're meant to do. The masculine is very active. The feminine sits in the universe, providing the energy that is necessary for this journey and and the loving support and being a tender, my guides are saying tender, being a tender witness. It's beautiful. All right, let's get the next card, Spirit, please, for beautiful Aries. For the month of April, the remainder of April, what is the energy that Aries is working with? What is it within, my guides are talking about within the soul contract. Look. Whoo, look at that. Ace of Swords, the augury of battle. So, a new battle coming forward that is coming from this most sacred of places. This is a period of preparation. I understand now why this is sitting here like this, okay? It is about looking deeply inward. I think you're going to be looking very carefully at those around you. Primarily, I believe it's about looking inward into the journey because you are a warrior, Aries. Everyone who carries it, you know yourself to be a warrior on some level. It's just what's true, right? The same way that Capricorn is on a hero's journey because they're the cardinal sign of the earth signs. Aries, you are the leadership position of all the fire signs in the, my guys just said the universe, in the zodiac, right? So again, another indication of a new journey, a beginning point in augury, the Ace of Swords. So on a soul level, because you're going to be connected with the ancient ones for this journey, and the destination is coming together, it's always backwards, like this with folks. Let's see how I can do it and see if it comes out correct. It's really funny. It's one of the skills I have not mastered since I've been on YouTube. Okay, do you see that? My guides like that. They said they like that woman is peeking through the middle. So the journey is toward union. And that was the first card that came out. The card for union. And there is a battle. There's a great, okay, my guys are using words like psychic. Interesting. So there's a great spiritual battle going on. It's a fertile moment. We can get to the destination because we have prepared ourselves, Aries, you and me, all of us together, okay? And if you have, my guys are talking about, look deeply into your chart and see where you have Aries in your chart. Is it in your love sector? Is it in your sector of home? Where is it? Is it in the 8th house? Is it in the 12th house? What does that indicate? Okay, so look deeply, get some astrology advice if you need it. It's going to be really important. But those of you who have Aries Sun, Aries Rising, Aries Moon, very important this month of all months, my guides are saying. Okay, so you're going to be able to cut through, straight through to the heart of the matter. This is the journey. There's the theme of the reading. There's the last card. Second to last card, sorry. Last card on the soul contract. It is a harbinger of success. It is about the moment just before you reach victory and you put your hands on the sword, because that's the sword of victory. So while you're traveling through the month and you're pondering all these things, there's going to be a deep process going on. I think that's why this is here. And you are to use your intuition because you have a lot of it, Aries. All of you do. I know because I experience it. So let's grab an outcome card, and then we're going to pull from the bag of runes for you, okay? Whew-wee. I wake up in the morning. I've been home for not quite a week. And I wake up in the morning and I think, I'm here. I'm still a little bit of a daze. And that's kind of how this reading is feeling to me, that there's some kind of really important journey that we're going on. And it's an energetic journey into the deepest regions of our soul. in order to respond with our energy, our radiant energy of the sun, to apply it to the situation at hand and to prepare yourself for the journey that you are on, and hopefully to prepare yourself for the journey that we're on together as a soul tribe. There's a great journey coming forward. So I think what I'm doing, just in case you're wondering, because it's been very oblique, I realize there's something mounting, my guides are saying, and we'll be going on journeys together with the energy set point that we can create together. Okay? So that's why I've asked everybody to please join in the meditation. Prepare yourself. Okay, my guides are talking about prepare your energy set point. Yeah. There it is. Perfect. In order to come into balance. That's what this month is for. So go deep, Aries. Look at that. The balancer of harmony. That's a beautiful outcome. And it is reflective of the first my guides are calling it the initiatory desire of the soul within the soul contract. So you are going to get there. All right. It's really interesting because that's the sacred goddess Elena, or Elena, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Do you see how she's been split open and re-sewn right at the central meridian? So this month is a month of journey. Aries, you should enjoy that because we love that, don't we? Do not hesitate. Make your shoes. Allow yourself while you're preparing to look into the sky. Look deep inside yourself. Understand the things that really matter. That's part of what this is about. And that's why this is a really joyful card. We see springtime. And somebody with flowers in their hair, whoops, where is it? Right? Joyful. And yet within that moment, while things are budding, depending on where you are in the world, I realize down under, all you folks are heading towards winter. But euphemistically speaking, that's the moment that we're in. So stick with your passion, dress yourself in your passion, make the shoes of transformation and travel. I love the way this is coming out. And then look deeply into the battle that you carry within yourself. Come into balance because you are needed. That's a moment of preparation. Very deeply. All right, let's grab something from the bag of runes. And then when I'm done, I'm going to come over to the chat room, hang out for a little bit, okay? Let's see. Please give us a message for beautiful Aries. Ooh, they want this one. That's the sacred rune for the warrior tribe. Can't get any clearer than that. It's a male symbol, obviously. Okay, my guys are talking about the sacred warrior. Hang on. There you are. Okay. So I think Aries, there's another transition that's going to happen after this one. This is a preparatory stage of development. And because we're home, like I said, I'm home. I can do all the things I've always said I don't have time for. Yes, I do now. Eventually, I still have some things to resettle into my house, into my energy, into myself, into this place again. So there's something about the type of transition that we're making. Take the time and give yourself the gift now, okay? So I think that's a wrap on the reading. I'm going to cross over to the chat room now, see if anybody's there. And if you have any questions about this reading, please write them down, and we'll talk about the reading a little bit. Anything else that comes up, okay? Love you guys very deeply. I am feeling my connection to the universe and to all of you in a way that's really profound, more so than ever before. I have actually, part of my initiation that I had in the last 6 months when I went to all the sacred places, not all, but many of the most deeply sacred places in New Mexico, was about. That's what it was about. It was about really claim your energy now. Be deeply in it. What do you experience in that place of yourself and what comes to you from the world? Because you will be able to vibrate with the tapestry, Aries, because of your radiant energy. You travel out. It's very interesting to me. So I'm wishing you all a fabulous journey. Thank you so much for being here. And there's a lot of information below. It's chock full of links and um, things about COVID-19. And, it's just there's a deep chunk of information down there. Okay, gang. So thanks a lot. If you are needing to move on with your day, I appreciate your presence here. I'm going to go over to the chat room and see who's there. I can't see them from here. Thanks, everybody. Hi, gang. Hi, loving it. Cold as fire. Tani, it's so good to see you all here. Oh, you have Capricorn moon and Aries sun and Taurus rising. Woo, baby. You've got a lot of fire in your life right now, don't you? Holy moly. Okay. Tani, you just got here, or you arrived a little late. That's okay. No worries. This always publishes. Tani, you're going to be turning 60 1 week from today. Congratulations. Fire in your sun and in Venus. Oh, rising Cappy. Scorpio, wow. And you're doing the meditations. I'm so excited about that. I can't wait to start talking about it for real. My guides are saying for real. I'm glossing over the top right now, but if you guys can be patient with me, guys and gals, we're gonna get there. We're gonna reach a moment, and I'm still waiting for my guides to reveal more to me. Yeah, cold as fire. I love it. Rachel Starseed, fire sign of the universe. Yeah, baby. It's really true. It's so true. Someday, maybe, depending on how long we're all on lockdown, let's just take advantage of these moments and really be together here in this way. There's so much to talk about. This morning when I got up, I thought, you know what I ought to do? Duh, in a way, but right now I do feel compressed for time because I've kind of been away from the readings, etc. This just to have some time to discuss the cards and the reading afterwards and plumb the depths, because part of what happens for me is I try to make the readings relatively short so that they're digestible. And then after I stop the reading and I go on with my day, I keep getting downloads for hours. More information keeps coming through. And I have the opportunity to sit and look at the cards and ponder more deeply, right, than in a sort of rapid moving live stream like this. So, Tani, I'm so excited. I wish you could come and be here in Moonrise Cottage. Yeah, all our relations, absolutely, including the stars and the four elements. Well said, Tani, thank you. So your name means valley in Japanese, literally deeply, widely split, opening. Yeah. Tani means seed or source, a wild drop of the seed into that opening. Interesting. Cold as fire, hot as ice. I so love you folks are so good at making these beautiful taglines. Okay, so you just started a YouTube. Are you saying that you started a YouTube channel? You've been meditating for the last year, working on unconditional love. Yeah. So, part of my journey was, it's funny because, now I'm back and it still feels surreal to me that I'm back here. But I just leapt out, and I had been getting for a couple of months. I think since March last year, I started getting downloads, and I knew there was change coming, and I had the snake came up and all kinds of things, squirrel, right? So it was about transformation in a very, very deep, profound, sometimes terrifying way. And it involved heartbreak. And if you want to look back to last year, I posted a video about my reading, my cards coming forward. So I think that I've been in preparation, just like this reading has been talking about. And I've been doing battle with myself. I've been doing battle with the forces around me. And I've learned a lot about the art of manifestation, how to work with the energy. And that's part of what we're meant to be doing as Aries people who, to some degree, we're not afraid. We get an inspiration, we go straight for it. We don't hesitate most of the time. So, depending on where the Aries is in your chart, will define how you experience that and what is asked of you. That's what my guides are starting to focus on. They've been talking about the tapestry and how your development process is coming forward. And now, basically, the message is the time is now. And for a reason that's very sad, we are cloistered, all of us. And I have experienced in my own life my guides are calling it the art of being cloistered, because I have been for many, many years. And what happened in that time was exactly what my guides are talking about. My energy developed, my clairvoyance increased, my ability to understand the messages that were coming to me and to see the soul journey that people are on so that I could just reveal it in a way to them and help them come to their own self-knowledge. That's what happened during those years of cloister. And for me, I think I needed to sit here. This house is a container, okay? It is actually reflective of ancient, naturally occurring energy. Okay, my guys are calling it energy vessels. But in the human world at this point, we would understand it as a nuclear power plant. So it's a container literally for the energy. So in nature, a container for nuclear energy, usually uranium, would build up, a tower would build up with clay near a water source. And that's what this is. That's what this house is made out of. It's fascinating to me. So it's part of what drove me to look into my chart. So while we're cloistered, we're going to be able to learn to be together in a vibrational way. That has never happened here. That's part of what's going on. And it's the purpose of the meditation. Okay, my guys just called it a triad. Why are they using that word? I don't know. It'll come to me later. But anyway, so that's what that's for. To really attune yourself with vibration specifically so that you will become used to the vibration of yourself while you're balancing your chakras and joining all the other people who are doing this exercise. We're literally creating a pathway to each other vibrationally. It's time for us to experience that. And that's what Aries, on some level, I mean, it's not 100% true, right? But that's what Aries is all about, on some level, right? A sacred warrior, able to do battle with the beast. So I love it. It's coming through this way. It's helping me to understand all the things that, to understand from a global perspective, the things that I experience as an Aries set point in some way. So let's see. Hang on, guys. I'm just looking, guys and ladies. Men and women, ladies and gentlemen, I never know quite how to say it. So, Coldest Fire, you've been putting your love into that. Been meditating. I see what you're saying. Yeah, on unconditional love. It's really hard, isn't it? It seems like something that should be so simple. And thank you for saying that, because that's part, okay, my guides are saying that's part of the inference in the exercises. And when I speak this way about your energy set point, that notion of unconditional love is the vibration that we feel. We call it love. That's, maybe some of you have heard me talk about twin flames and things like that. So my guides talk about twin flame from an energetic perspective, that it's not romance, it's not meant to be romance. Some people will experience that. It's really meant to be a vibrational joining and a pathway that helps initiate something. That's what it's really all about. If you think about all of our separate energies, how it is that we vibrate. Okay, my guides are talking about. Okay, they're using the term companion vibration. So what they're talking about is harmonic resonance. So it's the reason why I chose the music that I did, and it's part of my development pathway, so I'm familiar with it. When you use vibrational medicine, okay, I was going to say music. They literally said medicine. That's interesting. Thank you, Spirit. It's medicine for us to help us tune our vibration to ourselves first so that it is available then to meld with all the other vibrations that exist. And when you have a twin flame experience, that's part of the experience. And it is, my guides are saying, it can be overcoming, right? So when and if you have that experience, some of you must be, or they wouldn't be bringing this topic up. So some of you out there are having that experience. It's very challenging because your twin flame may not be, my guides just said, mateable at all. You might not have anything in common. That person might be an addict. That person may be mated with somebody else. There's a lot of scenarios, as we all know. And if you can put that down for a moment, and just like Cold as Fire is saying, meditate on the love. You get to experience, okay, my guys just said, the call of the universe. That's why we're having these experiences. And now we have the chance to sit still and really ponder it. Learn about it. Learn about our own reaction. Learn about what it is you really want. What comes up for you when you have an intense interaction with somebody on a vibrational level? What are your desires? What are your fears? What is it that you want to offer? All of those things, that's information. Okay, while you're going through the torture of that experience, because on some level, we're in this phase where I think many of us are, some of us are in 3D, 1 foot in 3D and 1 foot in 4D. And, that's how transitions happen. Sometimes it happens in a moment. For most of us, it's just going to be an evolutionary pathway. So those are the kind of things they're talking about. So I'm heartened to know that you folks understand this. Cold as Fire, you found Moonrise Cottage last year. Oh, you did? The other thing that's interesting to me, and I adore you right back. Thank you for being here. I hope everybody knows how deeply the impact is when you come to Moonrise Cottage. This is a little power generation place, right? It was built by magic. I've told the story, I think, a few times. The notion of me in here percolating for all those years by myself, very profound, and it's come to help me understand that experience in the early days. Okay, here's my guides are talking, right? Ready? In the early days of human evolution, we developed religion as a way to connect with the vibration and the mysteries of life. And in that period of development, there came to be monasteries and abbeys and nuns and monks, right? And they would sequester themselves together as a group. And what they would do is chant and raise the vibration. So on some level, that's what we're meant all to be doing now, all to come into the container. So I have trust and faith that the folks who show up at Moonrise Cottage are ready. And you're here to journey together with everybody else that shows up. So ponder that while we're all sequestered and allow yourself to begin to touch the vibrational pathway that joins us together, so that when the moments come and we're done with the meditation, even if it's, I think I put that out a couple weeks ago. I don't even remember now. I feel like my memory's just been wiped, in these moments, it doesn't matter when you start, just begin, okay? There's a pathway described in the links below. If that one doesn't work for you, choose your own. You'll know what the right vibrational pathway is for you to achieve this goal, because the tapestry is about to be woven together. That's what's happening. That's what this is all about. So we've been preparing all this time And my guide's been talking about the tapestry, the tapestry, the tapestry. That's what they're talking about. Okay. And there's a lot more on that subject. I won't get into it. Cold as fire, you would never change a thing. Yeah. You know what? Me either. And like every human being, I've been through my trials and tribulations. Very definitely. And my own challenges. And as every day blossoms, I become more grateful. I think in the moment it can be really difficult to, okay, my guys just said dabble, to dabble with the things that we find as difficulties. Those are also really precious moments. I know it sounds trite. I've come to believe it. So, now is the time to do your best to drop the rope if you're in a conflict, right? Just drop it. Don't engage in any way that brings stress or energy that's going to take your attention away from this thing that we're working on together. Do your best to, we all have a life. We have things to do. I had to reattach the plumbing. I'm still not done with that job. I'm going to have to leave my house and go to a friend's house to pick up some little pieces of equipment that she has so I can finish the job here. And then at some point, I was telling, what did I do with it? Oh, I want to show you something. So then, at some point that task will be done. It's challenging. It's causing me to have to go out in the world. That's frightening. Well, look what I found, guys. My guides are saying, you're going to have what you need. So check that out. Can you see that? Hang on, I got to switch over. I can't, it's really odd. Haven't met. Look at that. Woo, baby. That is no messing around right there. Okay. So a year ago, last October, with the help of some beautiful friends, one of my twin flames from the channel, I bought this because I had painted the floor 20 years ago. And, over the years I had painted over again just to freshen it. I had to strip that off in order to lay the tile. So I had to go out and buy this because I was working with horrible noxious chemicals. Well, how nice is it to have this in this moment? So, those moments of putting the tile, all that kind of stuff, working with toxic things, I hate that. I don't ever want to do it. But for some reason, now it's serving me, right? That I have that tool. Thank the goddess, because I'm here, I have a bunch of beans and rice, and etc., and supplements and things like that. And I just thought, I'm not going out of this house for a month. But the truth is I have to go out. There's a couple things I have to do. So I have the protection that I need. So my guides are chiming in. Sorry, I got a hair in my eye. My guides are chiming in. Think broadly about those kinds of things. Protect yourself. Everybody stay home. Learn how to properly wash your hands. I was talking to Capricorn yesterday about, when you wash your hands, please do it for a minute. In nursing school, you learn you're supposed to do it for a minute or a minute and a half. Get all the surfaces under the nails, all that kind of stuff. And then when you rinse your hands, hold them upside down under the faucet, okay, so that the water's dripping down into the sink, not back into your arm, okay? And I'm guessing everybody knows this by now, but in case you don't, wear your gloves. Please wear your gloves. It will protect for any little crack in your skin. There might be a place where the virus can get in. See that? Can you see that? I gotta switch back again. Hang on. I'm not giving you the finger. See? There you go. See that little cut? It's healing up nicely. But that's a place where bacteria and virus can get in to my system. So, make sure you know how to take the gloves off properly, put them right in the trash. I carry wipes, Clorox wipes with me, so that when I take the gloves off and put them in the trash, the first thing I do is pull the wipes out and wash my hands with a Clorox wipe. So, and then as soon as I get home, and that thing about you got to learn, like, okay, feel, my hair is touching my face, so I want to scratch it. Nope. You're going to have to develop that tolerance. And then when I get home, you have to go through that process, right? You got to wash your hands again. You got to Clorox the doorknobs and it's a lot. So we're learning about self-protection from this kind of an infected vector. So I'm gonna wrap with this. Part of that download that I had, they had to do with the virus. There's a virus that is within us, that's been within us for a long, long time, for all kinds of reasons. And when we finally get to that live stream, I'll tell you all about it. So for one of my twin flames and I, we have been, I think, paired up for this reason, so that I could understand the mind of the virus, if you will. When you think about coronavirus, it's not even a thing that's actually living. It's just present, and it has receptors. So when you think about what has happened over human development, the way we've had to grow into our spiritual selves and away from the part of us that is lizard brain, in a sense, right? Animal brain, territorial, the need to survive and fight for survival, and all those kinds of things, along with what's been going on in human evolution, has brought us to this moment where we now have the ability to disconnect from the virus, so to speak, that's within us that causes all this lack of, my guys just called it disharmony, dis-ease in the planet. So that's what's on the menu. And when we finally have the moment where we're going to connect the tapestry and create the vibration, I think something magical is going to happen. And I think there are groups all over the planet doing it. My guides yesterday called Moonrise Cottage and the people who are doing the meditation in preparation, our club, right? So we're meant to weave together, and look who's here, right? The sacred weaver, the grandmother of all creation, the Om, right? If you don't know, the sacred sound of the universe is Om. It's a feminine sound. So my guys are saying, and that's why we use the sitar and the tambur, because those are feminine instruments. And my teacher many years ago said to me that women are the best sitar players, the best tambur players in the universe, because they understand the tenderness of the vibration. Isn't that beautiful? So those are all the places we're going to go. So we are on a pathway that has a destination. I just want everybody to know. So do your best. Life is life. Sometimes you're busy, but we've been given an opportunity in a time when we're in a great battle to bring our spiritual self to the surface and act from there. And to me, nothing could be more exciting. And I've been having, my guides just said, you've been having that download since you were a child. A lot of us have. So, when I was a kid, that's what I used to ponder before I was really indoctrinated. They're saying indoctrinated into the ways of being human. It's true for all children. They have to learn all these things that cause challenges on a spiritual realm. So we are working toward a particular destination. Have faith in the process. Allow yourself to be free, Aries. I've delineated a pathway. You will delineate your own. If this pathway resonates with you, we love having you here, me and my guides. And if it doesn't, we trust that you're going to delineate your own pathway. It's the moment for it, right? So I think this thing with this virus, because there's no human immunity, that's why it's happening the way it is, in part. And we're just going to have to develop the tolerance for the virus in our midst. So we're going to be in shelter, I think, for quite a while. And God bless the United States and help us survive, because we are, look, I want to just show you this. But better than any words I could say. See that? Look, that's where we're at, okay? Everybody in the world knows. We can't hide it. It's just the way it is with us right now. We're trying really hard to fight this beast in order to get to this place of unity. That's the soul contract that the United States has, because it was born in the time of Pluto in Capricorn. So now we're back. It's 250 or 280 years. We're back into that moment of recreation. It's why we're seeing what we're seeing. None of us imagined that it was going to be this way, did we? Right? So, like all of you, I live in the mystery and I do my best to respond. And I'm very grateful that I am who I am in these moments and that I get to have this journey in conjunction with everybody else that wants to make the connection, finally, on a soul level. So, Aries, thank you for being here in this energetic form at this time. It's really critically important. We need you. And each sign has their own vibration. And together we're going to weave those things together to make this tapestry so that we can join all the other tapestries that are forming all over the world. I believe that's what's going on. And we're going to finally get to have this experience. So I think I'm going to wrap. Let me just scroll back a little bit and see what I missed on the chat. Yeah. Coldest fire, I'm reading your messages. Yeah, biohazard super mask, right? I hope so. I mean, there are 2 filters in that thing. It's very uncomfortable to wear. It is not made to prevent viral penetration, but I think the fact that it has 2 filters, if I stay a distance and etc., I'm going to have to brave the grocery store. You can order online and they'll pop it in the back of your car, but you have to find a slot that's open. Well, good luck, because I've been looking every day for a week. So I think I'm just going to have to go there. Things in Vermont are not horrible yet. We're a very rural state, so I think that helps. But I think I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make the mad dash sometime this week, and then I'm going to come home and hunker down, and I'm like everybody else is doing. I'm just going to buy things in bulk so that I can just stay right here for another month or 2. So this is going to go on, then it's going to settle down, then we're going to have another outbreak. So we're in for it. I hope and pray that if we can be in this moment in a metaphysical way, we'll achieve what is meant for us, which may help us achieve a better coming together when we get to the rebuilding phase. Right? My guys just say, someday Trump is going to be gone. Right? Like, even if he gets reelected, I hate to even say those words, because that terrifies me. That poor man is so terrified. I've had to stop watching the briefings because it freaks me out to watch him being so pulled apart and terrified. And he clearly, he's, as we've all known, but now he's here in his moment as a president, completely over his head. He's so far out of his depth, right? So it's up to us to take up the leadership and do what needs to be done on a vibrational level and try not to focus on that chaos, because it has been brought to its zenith, which is what Pluto promised us. So we're just, where's that? Hang on. One more thing. My guys are talking about this now. Okay. We've been brought to the zenith moment when things are falling, right? If we can fall gently by doing this process and understand where we're meant to be, and we're meant to be deeply who we are. So if you can, while you're cloistering, go deep inside your being and experience yourself as a vibrational being, and understand part of what happened for me is I reached a moment where I could feel myself as a spirit being. It's a little hard to describe, but the experience I have is I'm looking out from inside the shell of my body, and I'm experiencing vision with my eyes, but it's not my eyes that are looking. It's something else. So I wish for everybody to have that experience, and I think that's what we're meant to be doing, in a sense, is to come to that place within us so that we can then connect on an energetic pathway known as the tapestry here in this place in Vermont. Okay? So, everybody, thanks for being with me. Tani, when the time is right. Okay, you know what? YouTube was censoring you. When the time is right, you're ready to take your mobile power, your generator van on the road. on all the places you're called to go, powered by love. Absolutely correct. Lena. Hey, Lena. It's good to see you here. You're in Maryland? Or Merland? That's something very different, isn't it? Tell me so I know for sure. So cold as far you have these experiences. You know, I had to be cloistered. I think I was here cloistered for 5 or 6 years when I was building this place. And it was during that time that 9/11 happened. And it was a great shift for me, and was the first time I felt myself on the energetic pathway as a non-human being. It's a very exciting moment. It's a little perplexing at times, but I did realize, and I had a period of 4 or 5 months I was here by myself building, and I could really separate the human experience I was having, and I was very aware, almost like if you took some psychedelic drug, you know, and you have an altered experience. That's what it was like for me. I was very, very aware that I was a spirit being. I was using this human shell to propel myself, or to have the experiences of being human brought to me for whatever reason that I was meant to have them, right? And I started to ponder my soul contract, things like that. And then many, many years later, when I was ready and I was done percolating, that was part of my gift. Like, I can see your soul contract because I've had the experience of understanding mine. And it continues to unfold. It's often a mystery, but I feel blessed that that's my guys call it my superpower. That's my superpower. So all those things have been preparation. And there's been a lot of human challenge along the way. I won't say hardship, because I don't know that I've ever experienced true hardship like the people do who are in the places in the world that are still developing. And, you know, I worry about those folks. They've given us so many gifts, and at the same time, they suffer so much. So I'm not sure what that experience is for. I guess it's just part of the cycle of the soul contract. My guides are calling it the way of the contract. So, gang, I'm sure it's been at least, it's been over an hour. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I have to get ready for the next, I think Cancer's next. So if any of you have Cancer in your chart, I'll see you in a few minutes. I'm gonna stop, and as time goes forward, more will unfold in this direction. All right, and I thank you all for being here. Thank you for doing all the things you're doing. So on this day of the full moon, new pathways open, things come into our view, they become enlightened, my guides are saying, and old journeys come to a culmination point. So let this be a new point of moving forward, all my Aries brothers and sisters, because we are fighting the beast so that we can experience union on a soul level. That's a beautiful message. So thanks, everybody. I will see you. I look forward to seeing you soon. And often, my guides are saying, and often, because I have to stay home like you. Okay, thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the hearts. I love you too, very, very, very much. And let's just connect on the heart chakra level starting now, all right? And so we can talk to each other on some level energetically whenever we want. And we'll go forward from there, gang. Thanks a lot. Have a lovely afternoon wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon.